If you install, live or specify heating systems into a 3-bedroom, semi-detached or a small 4-bedroom dwelling, maybe on 3 floors, this video is for you. Each zone valve consists of 4 parts: the unit complete, body, motor and the head. Most zone valves will be directional, so have a look at the arrow on the body. On this Drayton, A from the boiler goes to B to the radiators. All the manufacturers of 2-port zone valves have the same colour code. They will be: the orange wire will be the boiler switched live, earth will go to earth, neutral goes to neutral, the brown is the motor wire and that comes from the room thermostat, and finally the grey is a permanent live. Not all manufacturers allow you to change just the motor. I've looked at most of them and I found that the Drayton one is simply by far the easiest. It's just plug and play and it works a treat. This schematic drawing shows you the sequence of operations. Early in the morning, the programmer will send a signal to the room thermostat and the cylinder thermostat. If there's a demand for either, then the motorized valve will move over and the boiler then fires up. Here is a schematic drawing of 3 zones. Very easy and highly recommended, especially if you've got 3 floors. A good example of a townhouse which has got 3 floors, still 3 bedrooms, and you need to divide that into 3 zones, but it could also be just an ordinary 3-bedroom semi with an extension or underfloor heating. That would require 3 zones. I've included this wiring diagram from Drayton. This is 2 zone valves with an RF controllable 2-channel programmer. This wiring centre is the industry standard. It's absolutely brilliant, 16 ways, so it's suitable for a Combi, mid-position Y-plan, 2 zones S-plan or S-plan plus, which is 3 zones. Easy to do and almost perfectly fault-free. A special offer in November 2024, everybody who buys the orange book, I will email this drawing for you, which will fit any make and any manufacturer. Please watch this video about the universal backplate. That will show you an awful lot more than what this video can cover. These 2 videos I show you step-by-step guide going from a wall-hung room thermostat to a wireless RF programmable room thermostat. If you'd like to learn, or you do fault finding, or you've just forgotten which wire goes where, my apps are there to help you out. Our central heating and wiring controls app has got circuit diagrams for many boiler manufacturers, as well as Hive, Drayton, Honeywell Home, Danfoss and so on. Flowcharts as well. All our apps are just $4.99. We have a special offer at the moment. If you buy both books, it just costs £40, includes postage, no VAT, and it's available to UK postcodes only. As promised, let me just go through the 16-way wiring centre, which I recommend everyone should use because it's so easy and so logical, and you can then remove the 10-way, which has got problems, into this 16-way, and it'll be dead easy. And the more times you use it, as everything, you get used to it, and you simply go through fault finding in a doddle, and I'll come to that in a minute. We always start wiring and fault finding from the central heating on terminal 4, and a wire there goes to terminal number 9. So have a look, it says CH on. An external link goes into 3, and that wire goes into the common of the room thermostat. The wire out is called the switch live, goes into 2. We put a link into 4, and that's where the brown wire to the heating zone is waiting. When we come to the valves, it's very simple because it never changes. If we look, all the blues go to the neutral connections, there's 6 places. All the earths go to the earth connections, again 6 places. All the greys go together to 7, and there's a link to live, which is 11. All the orange wires go to 6. Never moves, never changes, it doesn't matter what you do, that's how those wires do. And then the boiler switch live to actually fire it up goes to number 12. On the programmer hot water, it's terminal 3. A wire then goes to number 10, and as you see again, it says hot water on. An external leak goes to 15, and that's the common of the cylinder stat. So the switch live is 14, that's connected to the terminal 8, and again, that meets the brown wire from the hot water zone valve. Just a recap on the universal backplate, the terminals from left to right, first is going to be always neutral, then live, terminal 1 is hot water off, terminal 2 is central heating off, terminal 3 is hot water on, and finally terminal 4 is central heating on. When it comes to fault finding, there's some telltale signs that something is seriously wrong. The first alarm would ring if they've used blue wire to carry voltage. That means they've made loads of mistakes. You will not find them or fix them. So what you need to do is immediately condemn it, get your wiring centre out and start again. The minimum cost of this is going to be $300, and you need to get paid in advance, because we hear many times installers do all the work and the customer says, get lost, I'm not paying you. Thanks for fixing it, get lost. So really be careful here. Lots and lots of pit criminals. Telltale signs. Look at the brown wire to the central heating, because we know that goes into where? Terminal 4. And the hot water brown wire goes to 8, 48. Dead easy. All the greys should go to number 7. All the oranges go to 6. All the earths together, all the neutrals together. Just like we've seen on the other videos. So please take your time. More often than not, you will have to condemn it. And don't forget, only card or cash before you start. Let's divide the wiring centre into 3 sections. The central heating side, as always, is on the left, the valves and the boiler in the centre, and the hot water side, cylinder stat, etc. will be on the right. Please like and subscribe to our channel because it helps us a lot, and if you have any comments, please leave them down below where I've put the other links as well. So all the best and take care.